PrismXR is a company that's been making accessories more for the newer headsets. They're not one of the OGs like AMVR, Kiwi, Virtual Panda, but they've been making a name for themselves in the industry with some decent charging docks and other things. They have dropped a new set of Quest 3 or 3S controller grips. These things come at a high price, $30, or they're on sale for $26, but we'll talk about why that is. We'll check these out. Let's get into it. So in theory, what these are is ideally meant for their D1S charging dock, which we're gonna be opening this up in the next video and talking about this more. But these are meant to be controller grips for your controllers that are meant to allow you to continue wirelessly charging, but these give you that hands-free grip where you can let go of a controller, but it won't fall out of your hand. But also, it already comes with the pins in place, the magnet and everything, so that it can drop into this charging dock and wirelessly charge your controllers. The price seems high for just a set of grips, but in theory, you're not buying these alone as just grips. You are really buying these to then work with the dock. And of course, the dock itself even has options to get the grips bundled with it. But these are not something you'll probably be buying just alone. Although if you do, then we're here for you to review them anyways. I thought it was kind of odd they sell them separately. They don't just sell them for the dock, but the plastic on them feels quite different than the plastic on the Quest. I'm gonna say that already. For some reason, they're a little more weird to put on than most grips. But once you get them on, they snap into place. It's so odd because this dock claims it comes with the battery doors, it comes with the batteries. These don't come with the batteries replace controller. So it's almost like this is a set of grips to buy as just grips. We'll play around with them more, we'll come back to that, but it's just kind of odd. Simple grips, they're like most of them out there. They're gonna give you the ability to let go of your controller. So if you're someone who wants to throw a ball, you can actually throw. It's not gonna go flying across the room. Pleathery feeling leather design. It adds this button thing to the bottom here. And as you saw there, it was pretty easy for me to just take the grip right off the bottom. You're not really supposed to be doing that, but in theory, they are replaceable. You can take them off again. A lot of times controller grips like this get me with this buckle right here, but because it's such a thick pleather, it's keeping a distance in between that and my hand. It's not bugging my hand there. It does feel a little odd to have this ridge right here in your hand with the magnets and the metal points all for the contact on there. And with the stock battery in there, this may be different with the actual battery, but you can see it's not quite seamless either. There's a lip here hanging off. Not terribly surprising for grips like this, but just some details to bring up. And of course, the way this is designed, you're not gonna be able to have a wrist strap anymore. You're just gonna have a hand strap now. Same defects on this one. It's just not perfectly seamless. I mean, it's a small edge to be raising much of a concern about, but it's there. The edge of it sticks out more. And it might be better with their battery because their battery might fit in a way with this that's not pushing out a little bit. So that could be bowing it. There's a lot of grips that we've reviewed, so many over the years. They come in a lot of different shapes and designs. Ones like this, they aren't bad. The pleather isn't scratchy. It's soft enough, it feels fine. It will soak up sweat. If you're sweating on your hands a lot, it'll get a little gross. It's not quite as easy to adjust between people as ones that just have like a rip cord that you do, but it also means that you don't have a rip cord hanging off. It's gonna smack you in the hand when you're shaking around and playing games. The bottom piece is plastic, but it feels stable. It feels like I could break it if I really tried, but it feels like you're not gonna accidentally break it. Because of it, it does add a tiny bit, not much, but it does bring the strap down a little further here, which means it can accommodate a bit of a bigger hand better. Because you see like my hand is hanging off here. You're getting a tiny bit of extension, not much, nothing like the grips that, you know, really extend the controller, but it means that a little bit bigger of a hand is gonna feel more comfortable and feel good in there. Besides that though, I mean, the grips feel great. You're not gonna be buying these alone, hopefully, but for those of you who did and somehow found this video and you're like, why the heck did I buy these for so much? Like some people in the Amazon reviews even already have. They're meant for the dock. But for those of you who did somehow buy them or just thinking about buying them and buying the dock later, we're here to review them. So let's go play a couple games. Let's test these out, see how they feel moving fast, playing games where we're throwing, playing for longer, and then we'll get back at you with some final thoughts. PrismXR Quest controller grips, ideally meant for their charging dock, but in case you were buying them on their own, $26 on sale on Amazon right now, normally $30, which I was saying was a high price, but I got a couple sets out just to remind us. Meta brand grips, they call these fitness grips, and I will say they're actually way less comfortable in these because of this like grittiness to the hands here. These are $40, so this price really may not be as wild as it sounds like when you hear it because these things are expensive. Both of these, keep them on your hand, although this one is designed for fitness, so it has this special breathable fabric that doesn't feel great. It feels a little scratchy, but ideally the sweat doesn't get trapped as much as like this one does with the pleather. But these do the job. Obviously, when we go in depth with the dock, that will be a little bit more important about how they charge with it, how they feel with it and stuff. But if you were to tell me, hey, these are your grips from now on every day when you play Quest, I'd be perfectly satisfied with these. These feel good in hand. You don't notice those edges, even though they are there, that I talked about. They're comfy all the time. You play games, they feel good. They're decent grips. You have plenty of options for grips, so you're gonna be leaning towards these if you're looking at that dock. And of course, if you're someone like me who wants full silicone grips, I use a couple different ones. Actually, I use the Bobo VR ones. There's a set of Abaca ones. But the reason I like these ones is because they extend your hand down longer. We reviewed tons of others, so I'll leave links here at the end of the video to other types of grips. If you're really in the market for grips, and maybe this is the first of our videos you found, we've checked out tons. But ultimately, if you came here because you got these and you're wondering my opinion, they're totally fine. But what do you think out there? What grips are you using? What are you rocking? Do you like the full silicone coverage? Do you like it feeling like the stock controller, just a little strap over your hand? Did you get the overpriced Meta ones, and are you happy with them? They're good, but they're just expensive. Let me know in the comments down below, but thank you once again for being here with me. I'll see you in another reality.